Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Milt Bratz, Chairman of the Littleton Select Board, and on behalf of the board, I want to welcome all of you to today's ceremony and express the board's appreciation to all who have put in their time and effort to help us reach this point in the revitalization of the River District. And it's not going to rain, but it may snow. Today's groundbreaking ceremony represents the start of the second construction phase, the creation of a pedestrian bridge across the Ammonoosuc River. And I'm going to quote from our Tiger Grant, as a way to expand the district's recreational potential, as well as bring more people to businesses in the district and onto Main Street. There are a number of guests here today that I want to recognize as well as thank for their ongoing support of the River District revitalization effort. So when I call your name, just please wave a little bit of acknowledgement. State Representative Brad Bailey. Brad, right there you go. State Representative Linda Massimilla. State Representative Aaron Hennessy. Past Selectman and Board Chairman Margie Seymour. Past Selectman and Board Chair Mike Gilman. Past Town Manager Fred Moody. Past Town Manager Fred Moody, Selectman Ed Hennessy. Chamber of Commerce Board President Carrie Gendro. Carrie? Oh, there you are. Sorry. Chris Fournier representing HEB Engineering Incorporated. Chris. Finally, Andrew Dorsett, Littleton's town manager, who is rapidly closing in on his first anniversary with us in this position. Andrew, where are you? There you are. Also, we have received letters of congratulation and support from Senators Shaheen and Ayotte and Representative Custer. And at this time, I would ask Brian Bresnahan to come to the podium and share Representative Custer's remarks with us. Brian.
Good afternoon and thank you. For me, it's kind of a pleasure to be here. When I went to high school here 51 years ago, I graduated, and the swinging bridge down here was always a favorite hangout for me and some of my friends. But anyway, I bring you greetings from Congresswoman Custer, and she writes, "It is a pleasure to recognize the next step in the revitalization of Littleton's River District as you mark each step on your path in creating a vibrant addition to your community's landscape. It is fitting that this footbridge will remind you of how far you have come and will keep you on the path to completion." Littleton is widely recognized as one of America's best small towns. This achievement is more than quaint shops along historic Main Street. It is its people and their welcoming spirit. Shopkeepers and restaurateurs, businesses and industries are all working together to make this one of the top places to visit and live in the Granite State. It takes a helping hand to build a project like this, and we're grateful to all those who have worked to make this revitalization project a reality. I would like to recognize Northern Borders Regional Commission and the New Hampshire Community Development Finance Authority for their invaluable contribution to this project. I look forward to visiting you soon as New Hampshire's 2nd District Representative. If I can be of service to you, please don't hesitate to stop by my office right here on Main Street. Sincerely, Ann McLean Custer.
Thank you, Brian. Chuck Henderson, would you please come up to the podium and share Senator Shaheen's remarks with us?
Thank you, Milt. I bring a brief letter from Senator Shaheen. Dear friends, I wish I could be with you today for the groundbreaking of Littleton's new pedestrian bridge. This project is one of many steps forward toward realizing the full vision of the River District redevelopment project. The Ammonoosuc River provides a striking natural complement to Littleton's award-winning Main Street. Connecting Main Street to the Ammonoosuc River with walkable village amenities will enhance its attractiveness for tourists, residents, and the businesses that will want to make this their home. Thank you to all who've made this project possible, including Littleton native Taylor Caswell from the New Hampshire Community Development Finance Authority, Mark Scarano and the Northern Border Regional Commission, and all the local businesses who purchased tax credits as a demonstration of their commitment to this valuable community investment. As I enjoyed viewing the gateways and other components of the demonstration project, I look forward to visiting Littleton again to see your continued progress. Best wishes as your strong local partnership continues its good work in making this community even more vibrant. Sincerely, Gene Shaheen, United States Senator.
Thank you, Chuck. And finally, Gene Chandler, Deputy Speaker of the New Hampshire House of Representatives, would you please come forward to the podium and share Senator Ayotte's remarks with us?
Thank you. Good afternoon. We have a letter here from Senator Ayotte. Dear Chairman, Bratz, and Hennessy, congratulations on breaking ground for the Bridge Street pedestrian bridge. I commend the town of Littleton, the Littleton River District, and all who contributed to this project. It is wonderful that Littleton is enhancing the beauty of the town, creating new business opportunities while complementing existing Main Street businesses. Your work preserving historic assets and extending pedestrian cycling trails enriches Littleton as a home and as a destination for visitors to our great state. These collaborative efforts by the people of Littleton, working with the municipal, regional, and state officials, exemplify the best of public-private partnerships for the public good. Thank you to all who have helped make this pedestrian bridge project a success. Sincerely, Kelly Ayotte, United States Senator. Thank you.
Thank you, Gene. At this time, I would ask John Hennessy, Chairman of the Littleton River District Commission, to come to the podium and continue on with today's program. Thank you.
Good afternoon. Today is certainly an exciting day. After 4 years of planning, we celebrate another phase of construction, hopefully to be followed by several more. This River District revitalization project is in total a $7 million investment for the town of Littleton to redevelop the former mill district here in order to create economic development and jobs, improve roads and sidewalks and infrastructure, to give people access to services and jobs, and to create recreation opportunities and attract visitors to the community. To date, the town's raised over $3 million towards this project. That success has been made possible by an amazing collaboration of project partners, many of whom are here today. Contributing to the success are well over 100 community volunteers, 25 local businesses, numerous community and business organizations, our congressional delegation, state of New Hampshire, our state representatives and state senator, and the residents of Littleton who in March overwhelmingly voted to support the project. So please join me in a round of applause for everything that all those folks have done. This bridge is an important phase. It connects downtown, and it makes possible a connection to the third phase of Littleton's Riverwalk. Just one block up the hill behind all you, we have a 30-mile recreational rail trail that extends all the way to Woodsville. We've got 2 miles of tracks that still exist here within downtown Littleton that hopefully will be pulled this fall or soon after, and combined with this bridge that's about to be constructed will provide direct access for the community all throughout the borders of Littleton, connecting the industrial park, our downtown, our community fields, and the services and jobs that we have here. This bridge has been made possible by funding in partnership with 2 important organizations. First is New Hampshire Community Development Finance Authority and Executive Director Taylor Caswell. And the other is the Northern Border Regional Commission and federal co-chair Mark Scarano and Commissioner Jeffrey Rose of the New Hampshire Department of Resources and Economic Development. We also thank Governor Hassan who provides her leadership for both of those programs and came to Littleton to meet with us and talk about the project last year. Special thanks to all the businesses in the community that invested in the tax credit program through their generosity. Couldn't have done it without you. A thank you to Kathy Conway of NCIC and Michelle Morin-Gray of North Country Council, who worked extremely hard with the town of Littleton to craft our applications for the funding. And also to Christine Frost, formerly of North Country Council and now with Northern Border Regional Commission as well. So please give me a round of applause for all those people. And I'll give one final thank you as I introduce our first speaker here today, Executive Councilor Joe Kenny. Councilor Kenny has served District 1 since March of 2014, and he has over 30 years of service in the United States Marine Corps. Town's grateful for his advocacy and his support of the programs that make this project possible. And in particular, he's made key connections for us within the state that have allowed us to have meaningful discussions about this project. And finally, on a personal note, Councilor Kenny is a collector of old bottles, and we think with maybe one more visit to Littleton, we'll get him collecting old coins. So, Councilor Kenny?
Now I'm a coin collector. Okay. Well, thank you, John, and thank you for everybody who is here today, both state leaders, community leaders, friends, and in some cases probably relatives. First of all, we live in a great state called New Hampshire, the Granite State. And as I woke up this morning and went out for my run for 3 miles, and as I've been traveling around the North Country today, I said, wow, this is really an incredible state. And Littleton is an incredible town. And I always feel it's my second town away from my hometown of Wakefield, because the people here just get it right and get it done. And they're so warm and engaging and willing to look at new ideas and to really kind of move forward in a positive direction. So with that, this type of project does not happen without community involvement, vision, and leadership. The state of New Hampshire, the federal government, can contribute money to these types of projects, but that doesn't guarantee success. Success comes from the local community involvement, from municipal leaders, business leaders, and good citizens who believe the project will enhance their quality of living and leave behind a good feeling to visitors who visit from outside the area. The partnerships that are created from the good projects will always endure, and more good things will happen with the River District project in the future. As I'm reminded last night when I bumped into the former DOT Commissioner, Chris Clement, in North Conway, he said, Littleton is proactive, caring, and always looking to strive forward. What a great town, great citizens, and I second that motion. I look forward to working with Littleton, its leadership, in the future. Thank you very much.
Now I'd like to introduce Commissioner Jeff Rose. Commissioner Rose has served the Department of Resources and Economic Development for the past 3 years. He and his staff have been particularly helpful in this project, in particular Bino Lamontagne. And on a personal note for the commissioner too, I understand that he likes to lace up the running shoes frequently, so we'll have to have you back this fall once the bridge is complete, and we'll take a little jog. But one point of warning, anything over 3 miles, the rest of us are going to meet you at Schilling afterwards. Commissioner Rose.
Thanks, John, and I can assure you 3 miles is about my cap as well. But the other thing that we could figure out is we got to get Fish and Game, and just let me know if they're stocking right here, and I'll be back in a minute. So it's really a pleasure to be here today and to be a part of this celebration and the groundbreaking ceremony, recognizing the River District Revitalization Project. And there's 3 reasons why I'm particularly excited to be here today. And the first of which is, when you look at what this is going to accomplish and how well that fits in within the mission of the agency that I have the privilege of running within the Department of Resources and Economic Development. This will spur as a catalyst for economic opportunity for the community. It'll bring jobs. It'll bring greater connectivity tying to the downtown, to the River District, opening up new industrial opportunities. But it also ties in very nicely with the recreational side of the equation as well. And within our agency, we care an awful lot about trails and recreation, and the fact that you'll have the ability to cross the bridge from a pedestrian perspective or a OHRV or snowmobile perspective. It'll really enhance the connectivity to the recreational experiences here for our visitors, which brings me to the next point, is we have travel and tourism within our division. So it really has a lot of synergies within our agency, and so it really gives me great pleasure to be here from a DRED perspective. I'm also really pleased because it shows the connectivity that can happen and the types of things that can happen when you have private-public partnerships and you have creative opportunities and visions as it goes to financing and working with the CDFA and with the tax credit program, getting the local businesses to support that, to show the importance and the buy-in and the value associated with the project, but also at the federal level, working with our congressional delegation and working with the Northern Borders Commission and trying to find opportunities to promote economic stimulus, promote travel and tourism, promote infrastructure. So it's a great partnership, and then you also have the local support and the local commitments that have been made possible through this. So that's the second thing. And then the third point that gets me excited is really the town of Littleton. And these things don't happen by accident. These things happen with forethought, planning, vision, and leadership. And those are all qualities that Littleton's been at the forefront for many decades, quite frankly. And it's one of the reasons why you have such a robust, vibrant, and thriving community. So it's also, I'm excited to be here because of all of you and the commitment and energy and the support for projects like this, and recognizing that you're driving your own future and your own vision. So congratulations to you as well. So I'm really pleased to be here, not only for the groundbreaking, but also look forward to coming back here for the ribbon cutting in the future. So delighted to be a part of it, and thank you and congratulations.
Now I'd like to introduce Mark Scarano. Mark has served as federal co-chair of the Northern Border Regional Commission for over a year now. In gaining that role, he has the distinction of having been unanimously confirmed by the United States Senate. So he's kind of a big deal. We began working with Mark in his former role as the CEO of Grafton County Economic Development Council. And as someone very new to this process, Mark helped me out quite a bit. The first time I was introduced to him, he gave me a call, introduced himself, and said, "How can my organization help you?" Which was great, except I paused and thought for a second and said, "Well, I don't know, but we should have lunch next week." So Mark Scarano.
Thank you, John. It's really nice to be back here. And some of the perspectives that I thought of when I was coming up here from the southern part of the state around the Plymouth area, was how nice it was to come up and see so many familiar faces from my years at Grafton County Economic Development. It's really gratifying, and the fact that there's such a large crowd says a lot about the town of Littleton, in addition to other things that I think are pretty notable about this can-do North Country town. Littleton has a lot of patience, and when you start talking about projects in Littleton such as the industrial park in particular, or downtown revitalization, or this project here along with the riverfront revitalization, a lot of those stories will start out about Paul McGoldrick and a few of his friends getting together and kind of discussing what can they do going back to like the 1960s. That's patience. That's not immediate gratification. And that means economic development and community development is going to happen. When I think of Littleton as well, I think of persistence. Any of you that have been invited to a Littleton Economic Development Forum, an annual event, know that this town spends a lot of time documenting its successes and then telling people about them. That builds a lot of support. It makes sure that people that have money and resources are aware of this community and they're not going to forget about it. And that's done with a lot of class and a lot of extra effort, and it really pays off. And finally, Littleton has a lot of persuasion. You know, when I start to get calls from folks and they're telling me about all the good things in Littleton and why this is a good use of funds, and I hear the buzz all the time. It's not from people that say we deserve it. It's from people in Littleton that say we have a plan and we want to make it happen. Those three crucial areas are things that make Littleton a success that it has, and I can't wait to see this project working. I'd love to take credit for it, but really it was part of my predecessor that approved this, and I'm so glad he did. Thank you very much, folks. Congratulations.
Hi, good afternoon. My name is Greg Eastman, and I'm with the Littleton Industrial Development Corporation, LIDC, and we're very proud to be a partner with the River District Commission in how this town and community can explore new economic development ideas and all towards the eye for job creation. I'd like to thank John Hennessy and his leadership of the River District Commission and all he has done and his team has done. I've got a lot of thank yous to hand out today because LIDC was tasked with selling tax credits. And that means reaching out to a lot of companies, a lot of people. And to that end, we thank Taylor for all your work and what you've helped us do. And there's some people I'd like to thank, and it's going to take a few minutes, and I'll probably hit everybody here, but it's important that everybody be recognized. In starting this process, we have to do an application, and it's a pretty lengthy application. And John Freeman from NCIC did our application for us this year, and he couldn't be here today, and Kathy is here for him, but we wanted to thank John. The ironic thing is John was writing an application on behalf of us while he had his own application into the CDFA for his own tax credit program. So he was willing to partner with us and help us actually compete against himself for these tax credits. So he deserves a lot of credit. Well, I'd like to thank my LIDC directors, especially Ed Hennessy and Dave Ernsberger, who helped out in selling these credits. And one person that hasn't really been involved, I think, too much with the tax credit program, but has helped out Littleton tremendously, Commissioner Rose, and that'd be Bino Lamontagne. Bino is a tireless worker, Commissioner, in case his performance review is coming up. He loves New Hampshire, he works hard for the North Country, and he works hard for Littleton, so you have to know that. I'd like to go through the contributors for these tax credits. And I thank all the principals and the CEOs that are here made the effort to come. Our largest donor was the Littleton Coin Company, so thank you, David and Ed Hennessy, very much for your participation. And I'd like to thank Jim Graham, President, CEO of Woodsville Guarantee Savings Bank. We like Jim so much we went back twice to ask for more credits, as we did Littleton Chevrolet, who Ronnie Lister is here, President, CEO of Littleton Chevrolet. Thank you, Ronnie. And the good work Pat Blackmore did, too. And we went back to Littleton Chevrolet twice, as we did Passumpsic Savings Bank. And Peter Crosby is here today. We'd like to thank Peter Crosby, wherever you're hiding. White Mountain Footwear, Roger Jang, representing the company today. Thank you, Roger, for Nick and Greg Connors. And for Muskoma Savings Bank, Chad Stearns is representing President Steve Christie from Muskoma. Thanks, Chad. And I made Mr. Polson come out from Metal Leasing. We want to say a special thank you to you, Val. And from Bank of New Hampshire, Kathy Finnegan is here, representing President Mark Primo. And I think Jason Cartwright is here. He said he was going to come from Tender Corporation, who's got a nice new spot up in the park. I guess Jason didn't make it, but we thank him. And John Wazoka from Horizons Engineering. I don't know if John's here. Thanks, John. And from Appalachian Stitching, Scott Manning. Scott around? Scott, thank you. And from Union Bank, for representing David, the President David Silverman, is John Malm. And last but not least, the Hunkins and Eaton Insurance Agency is in too, 5,000. So I've been tasked with introducing Taylor. Taylor is a native son. He graduated from high school here in 1987, and he's just been a great attribute to the state and CDFA, and he's been a great supporter of all things New Hampshire and Littleton, and we really appreciate it. Taylor, we appreciate it very much. He's helped us out with these tax credits and CDBG grant as well for $500,000. And it's just real special that Taylor is here with us, and we thank him very much. Taylor?
Hello. Nice to be here. I think I have a regular ticket to groundbreakings and ribbon cuttings in Littleton. In fact, when I left Concord today, I told my staff today, probably maybe till Tuesday, we're going to officially change the name of CDFA to LDFA. So we are the Littleton Development Finance Authority. Until at least Tuesday, maybe 2-3 o'clock. So, first of all, I want to congratulate everybody for this continuing revitalization of Littleton. It's just an amazing thing to watch, and in the position that I'm in, being from Littleton, I get to go around the whole rest of the state and say, hey, you should go check out what they're doing in Littleton, because I know a few things about it, first of all, but second of all, it really epitomizes so much of what we try to do at CDFA. And in fact, as Greg pointed out, I don't think there's a program at LDFA that the town has not used in the last 2 years. I mean, we've used tax credits, we've used community development block grant credits, we've used the Clean Energy Fund, we've used I can't even think of everything that's happened here. And I think I actually added it up. It's somewhere around $1.8 to $2 million over the last 2 years that CDFA has invested into Littleton in various ways. And it pays off, and it's really an easy investment to make. I mean, look at everybody that's here today. And you talk about the tax credit program that we get to run, which really is our best program. And the reason is because of all those names that Greg just listed. Right? So it's not just a grant. You get the grant, you go, we show up, we make sure you spent it, the equipment's there, everybody did what they were supposed to do. We do that, but with the tax credit program, what you get to do is you get to go out and talk to everybody in your community. You have those businesses that are now financially invested in your project, but they're also socially invested in your project. And if you're a nonprofit, when you're done with the tax credit program and you have another capital campaign in 3 or 4 years, you've got a list of people who have already supported your projects. And it's just it's a tremendous tool. It's extremely useful. We can be flexible in how we administer it. And I have to say, given that we do have some people who are elected officials here, that we are still operating under a cap at CDFA from the previous century. Okay, we have a $5 million cap at CDFA for our tax credit program. I think that we've more than demonstrated that this program could be used on a much higher level, and we do not have a shortage of projects. In our current round right now, we have almost 50 applicants, totaling somewhere around $18 million for that $5 million allocation. So there's plenty to do out there. The last thing I want to say is that one of the things that we talk about a lot when we talk about community and economic development in New Hampshire is we talk about how are we going to get business, how are we going to get employers, how are we going to get the millennial generation to show up, particularly here in the North Country. Well, I think the way that you do that is you build communities that people want to live in, right? If you don't have a community that somebody wants to live in, it doesn't matter how many businesses you have there, it's just not really going to work. So when you look at Littleton and how they're investing in making it a livable community, a community that people want to live in, that's the secret. The other part of the secret is that you have all of the people in town with a common vision, thinking forward, looking, for all the opportunities they can do, dragging all these very important people behind me up to here to talk to you about how great your town is. It's great stuff. And so I use it as an example statewide. Keep doing what you're doing. We want to be supportive all the way through. And I'll come up here as often as you want me to talk about this kind of stuff. And if it's handing out money, all the better, right? So thank you very much. Congratulations to everybody, and rock on.
Thank you, Taylor. I have to admit, this part of our program is coming to an end. This is called the stage presentation. When we came down here a couple of days ago, Brian and I decided that this was the right area to do the next part of this in. If anybody falls down in the process and hurts themselves, it's Brian's fault. If this turns out to be a good idea, I'll take credit for it. Anyway, what we're going to do now, 7 of us up here on the stage are going to come around the back, and we would like all of you to come around this side of the platform and walk carefully, because there's a large cord that's hanging over some of the grass over there. And we're going to be in back, and we have 7 shovels, and we're going to break some ground to start this project off. And then we're going to take a group picture with all of you. And I'm not sure how that's going to happen, but we're going to take a group picture with all of you to memorize this event today. So thank you very much for being here. Thank all of you up here on the stage for being here. And we would now like to proceed over to this end of the podium, or this end of the platform. Thank you.
A lot of kibitzing going on here. I think they all did get a shovelful.
The guys with the shovels will all come to the stage, and everybody else go behind them.
We have a group picture going here behind the people with the shovels. Yeah. And there's actually quite a few more people still out in the parking lot. Photo shy. Yeah.